Hello everyone. In this video, I've created a power ranking for Iron Man's top 20 armors. Although Iron Man's story in the MCU ended after Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark's legacy still continues. Stark has designed dozens of amazing armors up until now, and it's up to me to rank the top 20. I'm making this video both for nostalgia and to prepare for the Armor Wars movie. By the way, once this video reaches 2,000 likes, a big list of comic book armors will come. Don't worry. First, I want to make something clear. Just because Iron Man designed a new armor doesn't mean it's always better than the previous one. Tony Stark had designed dozens of armors before Model 42, but Model 42 wasn't as successful as the others. In fact, Model 42 was a complete disappointment. The reason for this was that Stark's transition armors were just prototypes. So it's normal to see armors with lower model numbers higher on this list. Before starting the video, if you're new to the channel and don't want to miss the content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Number Mark 42.
Not this time. Not the face. Whew, it's good to be back.
So this is exactly what I meant. Model 42 appeared in Iron Man 3. Why such an advanced armor ranked 20th? Actually, it is not because of the armor software or equipment. The armor truly had advanced technology and could be controlled under any circumstance. Model 42 was very useful in many ways, but it had a big flaw. If you noticed, Tony Stark's biggest achievement in designing Iron Man armors was making them easier to wear. In every movie, Stark worked on making the armors easier to put on. The problem with this was that while it made the armors easier to wear, it negatively affected their durability. For example, Model 42 was destroyed by a simple truck crash. This means that in order to make the armor easier to wear, Stark sacrificed durability and functionality. 19 number Mark 5. Now we're talking about a really important armor in terms of durability. This armor could be carried in a small suitcase, making it practical to wear, but it had very low equipment compared to other armors. Stark's goal was to always carry his technology with him, just in case. Despite this, it was able to withstand a very strong and burning weapon better than Model 42. Of course, Model 42 was more convenient in many ways, but Model 5 was far more durable. 80 number Mark 40. This armor was part of the Iron Legion. Before developing Model 42, Stark successfully completed this design. Stark designed this armor to be the fastest armor, so he named it Shotgun. The goal was to develop a highly powerful suit and eventually create a new model that would incorporate all the abilities of the other armors. So this armor succeeded in being the best in its own area. Technically, Model 42 should have had these abilities, but it was a huge disappointment. After the 2012 New York battle, Stark could have developed such an armor because during that fight, he might have struggled to catch and launch a missile into space. That's why he developed a model with much greater speed and stronger thrust. Number Mark 3. As I mentioned before, Model 3 may have been difficult to wear, but it was much more durable than the others. It also provided Stark with incredible physical strength. In comparison, Stark's later armors didn't have this level of strength. It could lift tons of weight with just 2 hands. It only got a scratch from a tank shell. So, as we always say, the older models still had their advantages. Yes, maybe the energy reactor was weaker, but it could tear through earlier armors in seconds. 16, number Mark 4.
Most often as Tony, how do you go to the bathroom in the suit? Just like that.
This armor appeared in Iron Man 2, and it was one of Stark's most solid designs in terms of hardware. The abilities and features were the same as Model 3, but it was much more durable in terms of its version. 15, number Mark 39, Star Boost. This is one of Stark's most legendary armors. Remember before Iron Man 3, when Stark went into space during the New York battle? After that event, he became paranoid and started experiencing panic attacks. In the time that followed, he began planning and designing new armors for every possible situation. He designed his suit to survive in space conditions and keep him alive. Iron Man 3 showed how paranoid Stark became after that event. 14, number Mark 43. Here we are, reaching the good stuff. This armor is the successful version of the failed Model 42 after the New York battle in 2012. Model 43 was Stark's most successful armor. He had developed new models with features like speed, the ability to survive in space, and quick usability. Eventually, he designed Model 42 with all of these features, but it failed. Later, in Avengers Age of Ultron, Stark began using Model 43. And this armor was much more successful. Therefore, Model 43 can be considered the better version of Model 42.
You'll catch on. But first, you might need to catch Dr. Banner.
13, number Mark 38, Igor. Igor was initially created to fight the Hulk. Yes, you guessed it right. After the 2012 New York battle, Stark created this armor in case the Hulk went rogue. Igor was 5 times stronger than a regular Iron Man armor, and even had modes to enhance its power. Watching Iron Man 3 again after this video would be a good idea, because most of the armors we saw in Iron Man 3 were created due to the flaws Stark saw in himself. Igor, with its structure and power, stands out over the others. Would it have beaten Hulk? We don't know, but Stark designed Igor for that purpose. Igor was destroyed in the movie, but later Stark and Bruce Banner developed Veronica. 12, number Mark 6. Stark's new palladium core used in this armor had the potential to be far more successful than the others. It's one of the most solid armors in terms of hardware, even though it's not the easiest to wear. For example, Stark's laser technology emerged with this armor, and the new core's power played a role in this. (11) Number Mark 7. This armor, which Stark equipped with heavy weapons, was much more loaded compared to the previous models. Model 7 was easy to wear, and the entire armor was a single piece, much bigger than Model 5. It had dozens of weapons, and its laser technology was far superior to what he had used in previous films. These lasers were not single-use anymore. They could be used multiple times, integrated with the arc reactor. The armor he wore in the Avengers movie had far better weaponry. Even Model 43 didn't have this level of weaponry. The logic is simple. As Stark designed easier to wear armors, the weaponry and durability suffered. (10) Number Mark 46. This is the armor Stark used in Civil War, the one he wore when he fought Captain America. Despite its practicality, the armor wasn't as powerful in combat as it should have been. While it had numerous weapons and micro-storage technologies, it couldn't withstand a vibranium shield. During his fight with Captain America and others, Stark needed much more powerful weapons. It was a practical suit, but wasn't as durable.
Stay down. Final warning.
9 number mark 45.
Come to confess your sins.
The armor Stark wore in Age of Ultron was technically far better than the others. Stark no longer needed to quickly change suits because he was fighting an Ultron made of vibranium. If we were to imagine a suit combining all of the features of the previous ones, it would be Model 45. It was a very good suit, better than all the previous models until Model 43. Eight number mark 47.
Oh, hey.
This armor, which appeared in Spider-Man: Homecoming, was a newer version with updated features and additional equipment. Stark had learned from his mistakes and created a suit with more jet power for various situations. After Civil War, this suit's technology improved, and it became one of the better suits designed.
Rudy!
Don't even flying dead stick.
7 number Veronica. Veronica was essentially a satellite, but it had the purpose of supplying Stark with ammunition if the Hulk ever went rogue. It was a space station capable of sending extra equipment to Stark no matter where he was. Veronica was developed by Stark and Bruce Banner. It also had the ability to form a larger armor, but this wasn't fully shown in the movies. Veronica was designed to capture Hulk if necessary. 6 number mark 48, Hulkbuster.
Oh, no, you don't. This is gonna be like New York, pal. This suit's already kicked the crap out of the Hulk.
The Hulkbuster seen in Avengers Infinity War wasn't particularly powerful, but it was highly advanced in terms of durability, strength, and resistance. The problem was that Bruce Banner wasn't particularly skilled at using the armor. Most likely, he summoned it with Veronica's help.
Hulk! Hulk!
5 number Iron Man, Sakaar Warrior.
These Infinity Stones. Look, I'm out of the weapons business, not my cake, but how do we put a suit of armor?
In the What If series, Iron Man went to Sakaar, where he designed a Hulkbuster armor to escape from the arena. After fighting Grandmaster's champion, he had to face Thanos. This could be one of Iron Man's strongest armors, and we'll likely see more of its abilities in What If's second season. For number mark 44, Hulkbuster. This was the true form of the Hulkbuster armor. With support from Veronica, it had the ability to gain new and advanced parts when damaged. It had multiple functions designed specifically to stop Hulk. This was the best Hulkbuster in terms of performance. 3 number mark 50. This legendary armor, used by Iron Man in Avengers Infinity War, worked with nanotechnology and could generate weapons. It was the best suit at the time, easy to transport, and equipped with high firepower. However, its flaw was that it lost pieces after every explosion or hit. Still, it had far more energy and movement ability than all the earlier models.
You throw another moon at me.
2 number rescue armor. This was the Tony Stark designed for Pepper Potts after Avengers Infinity War. Even though Pepper wore it, the armor's combination and firepower were on par with Stark's latest designs. It was a very effective suit, providing enough power to fight against most enemies. 1. Number mark 85. This armor, unlike Model 50, was equipped with energy-based shields and weapons. This meant that even if the shield was damaged, the armor wouldn't lose any pieces. Stark developed this armor after the lessons learned from the 2018 battle. It was even able to withstand the Infinity Stone's energy to some degree.